Children's Classics in Dramatic Form by Augusta Stevenson. Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus. Scene 1. Time, one morning, 1484. Place, a street in front of King John's Palace, Lisbon, Portugal. Gates to courtyard of palace in background. Enter Carlos, Roque, and Pancho. They carry their school books. A noise is heard in the courtyard. Stopping, listening.
They're stirring in the king's courtyard.
He runs to closed gates, peeps through a crack.
Come, Roque, we shall be late to school.
Throwing down books.
Come, look, they're laying the red carpets in the court.
Throwing down books, peeping.
Before the king they lay them.
Come, the master will be angry.
But the king will soon be coming.
Let's wait and see him, Carlos.
Not I. I know how the master flogs. Yesterday I came late to school.
Why were you late?
I stopped to watch the crazy Italian, Columbus.
He starts off, the others follow.
I saw him once.
I wish I might see him.
There he comes now.
Calling.
Loco!
Aye, there he is.
Calling.
Loco! Loco!
Calling.
Loco, loco.
Enter Columbus, dignified and gentle. A crowd of boys follow.
Loco,
Loco!
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 loco,
Loco! Loco!
loco,
Loco.
loco.
Enter schoolmaster, carrying a switch. Flourishing switch.
To school with you! To school now!
Boys run off in alarm. Turning angrily upon Columbus.
You were teaching them your foolish notions, sir.
Smiling.
I'd like the chance to do so, master.
Ah, then you have been at it. I saw them all about you.
I taught them nothing, master, this time.
'Tis well for you, sir, that you did not. The world is flat, sir, flat! Do you not know that, sir?
I was so taught.
How do you dare, then, to say the world is round?
Much study and common sense, dear master, have made me dare.
The lessons taught your fathers are good enough for you, sir.
That cannot be, dear master. How then could the world move on?
Move on? Hear him talk! Do you think, sir, that an elephant carries this flat world on his back and walks about with it? Ha! Ha!
Gates are opened. Porter is seen. Going.
Go tell the king this world is round! Ha! Ha! Go tell the king!
Schoolmaster goes. Seeing Columbus, aside.
Ah, 'tis the crazy Italian.
Porter, I seek the king.
Do you think he'll listen to your silly talk? Oh, I have of you. Away,
Come, let me in.
away, away with you, loco.
Enter from gates the jester in cap and bells, hostlers and servants.
Who's away? Who's crazy?
The Italian there, he who says this world is round.
Round? How now? Round, say you?
Nodding, laughing.
With people on the other side.
Standing on their heads, so?
Jester stands on his head. All laugh. Enter a courtier.
The king comes.
Enter King John and many courtiers. Capering about Columbus.
Heh 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 heh.
What's this, jester?
Here's he, sire, who says this world is round.
He capers about Columbus. All laugh.
I've heard of your notions, Columbus. So you think there's land to be discovered, do you?
Yes, your Majesty, I'm sure of it.
With people a-standing on their heads, so.
He stands on his head. All laugh.
Silence! Columbus, I've a mind to listen and give you ships and money. Have you maps and charts to prove your plans?
Taking maps from cloak.
Yes, sire.
Wait, then, till I have spoken with my courtiers.
Columbus bows and retires and unrolls maps. Captain Rivera crosses to Columbus, talks with him aside. Speaking softly to courtiers.
You know, my courtiers, that should there be new lands, great glory will be given the discoverer of them.
Aye, sir, 'twill bring him great honour.
And riches.
'Tis I and I alone who should have the honour and the riches.
Aye, sir.
Aye, sire.
But nothing can be done without the Italian's maps and charts. No one but he knows the route over the unknown seas.
Well, we must have his maps and charts.
He'll not sell them, sire. You may depend on that.
And we'll not buy them. Go, bid my fool take them.
Courtiers showing surprise.
Go, I say, and see to it.
Courtiers talk aside with Jester. To Columbus.
I wish you well, sir, for I believe that what you say is true.
I'm glad to hear you say that, Captain.
My ship is in the harbor now, and I must go. But I wish you well, Columbus. I wish you well.
Columbus, throwing his maps on the stone bench near the gates, takes Rivera's hands in his. The Jester creeps up, takes maps, runs into court with them, and disappears. With feeling.
I thank you, Captain. So few believe in me.
Come now, within, Columbus. I'll look at your maps and charts.
Rivera goes. Turning to take up maps.
Why, how is this? My maps were here but just a moment ago.
Who saw his maps?
Pause.
The courtiers are silent, sir.
I laid them there, sire.
Then there they should be.
Someone has taken them. 'Tis a joke.
Interrupting.
My courtiers do not play jokes in my presence.
Those maps and charts are precious to me, sire.
Come now, I'm not so sure you ever had maps or charts.
Your Majesty!
Well, produce them.
But, sire...
Interrupting.
I'll not hear excuses. Your maps, sir, at once, sir.
I'll make other maps and charts.
Away with you.
Your Majesty...
Away, I say, and come to us no more with tales of unknown lands.
Enter Jester from gates.
With people a-walking on their heads, so.
Jester stands on his head. All laugh. Columbus goes, showing bitter disappointment. Scene 2. Time 1492. Place Spain. Court of King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella. Many courtiers and ladies are seen in audience room of palace. A throne is in the background. Enter the first courtier.
The king and queen.
Enter King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella, followed by courtiers, ladies, and the wise men. All bow as king and queen cross to throne and sit. Enter the monk. He advances to throne and bows.
Speak, good father.
I pray your majesties to see one Christopher Columbus.
Columbus?
The Italian who thinks he can find a short route to the Indies, sire.
Nodding.
Ah, I remember. You brought his plans to us some time ago, good father.
Nodding.
Let us see him today, sire.
To first courtier.
Admit this Christopher Columbus.
Courtier admits Columbus. He kneels before the king.
Rise, Columbus, and tell us what you seek.
Rising.
Ships, sire, to prove the plans which I did send to your majesties, plans for sailing in the unknown seas.
They seem to me most wise and sensible.
Ah, your majesty believes with me?
Hastily.
I'd have our wise men speak. Unfold your maps before them, sir.
Columbus crosses to wise men and unfolds a map before them. They look at it, shake their heads, and laugh. With dignity.
I propose to sail by this route to find that eastern land.
Ha ha, I never heard anything so absurd. He'd sail west to find the east. Ha ha!
Pointing to map.
The edge of the world is out there in those strange waters, and you are willing to fall off with your ships into space, sir.
I'm sure the water continues.
Interrupting.
How could there be land beyond? 'Twould be under us, and the trees would have to grow their roots in the air.
Wise men nod wisely.
And the rain must needs fall upward there.
Nodding wisely.
Aye,
Aye.
I've heard you did lay your plans before King John of Portugal.
I did, your majesty.
That was bad for you, Columbus. King John sent ships, but they soon returned.
Turning to Captain Rivera.
Was not that the way of it, Captain? You sailed with them, I believe.
Yes, sire, but the failure came because the sailors were afraid and refused to go on.
To Columbus.
You were thus avenged for the Thib River map, sir?
Would you sail again with this man as your leader, Captain?
I would, your majesty. I believe not in the monsters and the edge.
Nor I. Let's provide the ship, sire.
Our people would not like it. They'd grumble, and so 'twould be bad for us.
Enter messenger in great haste, kneels before king and queen.
What news do you bring? Speak.
The Turks have captured the Spanish merchant ships.
Our ships bound for the Indies.
Yes, your majesty.
Alas! Alas!
The merchants and the sailors. Did the Turks spare them?
Not one, your majesty.
Alas, such loss of life! And 'tis not the first time, not a month that does not bring us the same sad news.
To Monk.
You must give our people consolation, father.
'Tis not so much consolation they need, as another passage to the Indies, one far away from Turkey and the cruel Turks.
You are right, father. Speak on.
To find such a passage is the chief purpose of Christopher Columbus. That is the hope that has given him courage when half the world called him fool.
Sire, we must find ships and money.
We dare not tax the people more.
Then I'll help you, Columbus. I'll pledge my own jewels to raise the funds.
Your majesty!
'Tis for the safety of our merchants. 'Tis for the glory of Spain.
Kneeling before queen, kissing her robe.
My queen!
Scene 3. Time, 5 months later, evening. Place, on board the Santa Maria. The sailors are seen sitting on deck in a group. They are gloomy and dejected.
'Tis a sea of darkness.
Last night I heard the angry sea gods.
Nodding.
Aye, I heard them.
What were they crying?
Angry words to us for coming into their own waters.
'Tis the Italian Columbus the sea gods should destroy.
Aye.
Aye.
We'll never see Spain again.
We should compel him to return.
Aye.
Aye.
Enter Columbus with Captain Pinton. They cross to the bow of the ship. The captain glances uneasily at the sailors.
Admiral, I must tell you frankly, the sailors are dissatisfied.
I am sorry to hear that, Captain.
What shall we do, sir?
Do? Why, sail on.
I'll see to it, sir.
Captain goes. Crossing.
Admiral, the men have chosen me to speak for them.
What do they wish?
To return to Spain, sir.
Tell them we may see land any day now.
Shaking head.
They'll no longer listen to that.
Then tell them that I mean to sail on.
Starting.
Sail on?
Yes, to sail on and on. Go tell them that.
Sailor goes. Enter Captain.
Admiral, the sailors below show signs of mutiny.
Mutiny?
Nodding.
The same as these on deck. Only look at them.
The sailors talk together excitedly and gesticulate wildly.
Ah, if I could only give them my courage.
I fear for your life, Admiral, if the order is not given to return.
I cannot give it, Captain.
The sailors on deck are joined by others from below. They rush down upon Columbus.
You must take us back to Spain, sir.
We'll not go farther, sir.
Aye.
I'm sure we will soon find land.
Interrupting.
Hear him.
To the one who first sees land, the Queen has promised money.
Interrupting.
Money to feed to the sea monster.
Threateningly.
Will you turn back?
With determination.
No.
Now, men, back to your duties.
Alas, we'll never see our homes again.
Nor our friends.
We are lost men.
What shall we do?
What shall we do?
What shall
we do?
As their anger turns to despair, Columbus is touched.
Listen, men, I make you this promise. If we do not see land within 3 days, we will return to Spain.
There. Now, that's a fair promise. Go now to your duties.
And let every man watch for land as he has never watched before.
Pleased.
Aye, sir.
Sailors cross to a distant part of deck.
Alas for my plans and my hopes, if these 3 days bring not land.
He talks aside with Captain.
We were too easily won over, men.
Nodding.
Fearful things may happen to us in 3 days.
Suppose we reach the edge tomorrow.
Suppose the sea monster should come for us tonight.
Aye. Come closer, men. There's something I would say to you.
Sailors close about him. Captain goes. Pointing to Columbus, who stands in bow, looking at the stars.
Why should he not fall into the seas tonight?
What? You mean?
I mean he must fall into the seas tonight. Are you with me, men? Aye. 'Tis my plan to push him over as he stands there looking at the stars.
Why not creep upon him now?
Are you willing, men, to have the deed done now?
Yes.
To second and third sailors.
Come with me, you two. We'll creep up on his left.
They creep upon Columbus, who is seen to suddenly bend forward, looking eagerly into the distance.
Land! Land!
Sailors stop. Enter the captain.
Did you say land, sir?
Land, Captain, land! Come, sailors, come! Land! Land!
Looking.
Land!
Lifting his arms.
Now heaven be praised!
End of Christopher Columbus. End of Children's Classics in Dramatic Form by Augusta Stevenson.